What's next?
The hats and scarves that my dad and I wore to the cinema.
Was it Top Hat and Tail? What are we dealing with?
Oh gosh, no.
Like-
So, do you remember the Beast from the East? Do you remember when it was like really, really snowy?
Oh, I thought it was a nickname for your dad. Then.
No,
God, sorry. I do remember
Beast
that.
from
Yeah.
just a wrestler from Hull.
Yeah.
And it was freezing cold. It was like really mad weather. I
Yes.
can't remember how many years ago it was.
2018.
2018. There we go. Thank you. So it was freezing cold, and my dad was visiting in Brighton, and we really wanted to go and see the film Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Yes.
It's that time of year where you start hearing all the hype about
All the
that's
Oscar
gonna
films.
that's gonna get the Oscar. And
Yeah.
yeah, really good film. And my dad was like, I really want to go see it. So I was like, yeah, me too, absolutely. So I booked us in at the Odeon. We were so excited about going. And then we'd walked down to the seafront where the Odeon is in this freezing cold weather. And I mean, we'd got like our popcorn, the drink, and it was only when we'd done all that then the person behind the till was like, oh, by the way, the heating's cut out in the cinema. So it's really cold in there. So you might want to stay sat in your
dad's
in
like,
your coats.
I've ordered a slush puppy.
This is it. My dad went full. He was like, "Well, we've paid for popcorn now." So, and I think they did say, they were like, "If you want your money back for your ticket, you've got to come out within the first 15 minutes of the film." So we had to decide quite quickly if the film was good enough and if we were warm enough in our hats and scarves to stay.
And did you stay?
Yeah. So we were just sat there in big woolly hats, scarves wrapped round, big puffer jacket, just having a nice little evening watching this incredible film that we both loved. We were talking about it all the way home.
It's fucking good, isn't it? Yeah, it's
Exactly.
really good.
Yeah, teeth chattering.
Frances McDormand is probably
Yeah.
her best role. I agree. Cold air. just
Yeah.
everywhere.
Doesn't it speak to how good a film is, though, that you can sit in freezing cold temperature? I mean, it was so cold, Russell.
Yeah.
But it was just a lovely moment I had with my dad of like, my dad's always, and we've spoken a bit about, he is very typical Northern dad. He's very,
That
says it
doesn't
how
feel
it is.
that typical because that's a very
But he's
specific
always
film to
been,
be into.
he's always, what I've really loved about him is he's always been really into film, theatre, taking me to see stuff. And you wouldn't ever think that if you met him, you wouldn't think, oh, this is a guy who's going to love a musical.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
We took him to see Book of Mormon for his 60th and he lost his mind. He absolutely loved it.
Do you want to hear my Book of Mormon fact?
Yes, please.
Jimmy Carr took Stephen Hawking to watch Book of Mormon.
What?
He'd never met him before. Sent him an email. And they went together to watch Book of Mormon.
Jimmy Carr
And
took
Stephen
Hawking
Yeah.
to see Book of Mormon.
And they'd never met before.
As three ingredients of a cocktail,
It's-
those three are mad. They
There's a
don't
lot
mix.
going on there, isn't it?
Jimmy Carr took Stephen Hawking to see Book of Mormon, having never met.
Having never met. And I said,
What?
that's incredible. Well, I just really fancied watching it and I think he's a nice guy.
That was a very good impression. That was bang on.
It was all right.
Um,
But I love it. I love the madness of like, it's just like me kind of really fancy watching Sister Act 2. Somebody get me Matthew McConaughey. Do you know what I mean? It's so like...
so strange.
But I mean, that's the ultimate two birds, one
And
stone.
also, you know that across the country there are a few people telling an anecdote going, do you know what? I went to go see Book of Mormon and you'll never guess who I was sat next to.
Yeah, exactly.
Jimmy Carr, who was taking Stephen Hawking out
Yeah.
for
Oh, they must be good mates. No, it was pretty frosty.
yeah.
It was very little chat.
Yeah, it was very much first interaction chat. Yeah.
Did you ever meet Stephen Hawking?
No.
I
Why would
did.
I have met Stephen Hawking?
Well, I don't know. You're into musicals. I don't know if you've taken him to see My Fair Lady.
Imagine if that's what I came for.
Yeah.
Just going, yeah, actually, I took him to see Wicked.
Yeah. And this poor
But we
guy,
didn't get on, so we didn't go again.
he just meets anyone in showbiz, and he's like, "Oh God, here we fucking go," and he
Oh my
knows he's
God.
going to end up.
Like comedians in cars getting coffee, it's just comedians taking
Comedians.
Stephen Hawking to musicals.
Yeah,
Rest in power.
rest in power,
Oh,
indeed. Yeah.
Did you meet him?
Yeah, I met him once. And it was very awkward.
Was it
Just because you're so aware that you're surrounded by a genius,
a brilliant mind?
and you're kind of talking. You know, he said to me, he went, "I've got a room full of geniuses," and then one of his assistants went, "Yeah, he's got pictures of geniuses, and he's got this room." And then from nowhere, Stephen Hawking's voice went, "I have a picture of Archimedes and Socrates playing chess together," and I was like, wow, and like panicked and went, oh, that'd be quite intimidating if I had like a room full of stand-up geniuses. I'd like a room of morons that I could walk into. Do you know what I mean? And feel good about myself, which I think off the cuff's all right.
All right.
But
All right.
but you realise, given his physical nature, he doesn't do small talk, so
No.
he's not going to go,
Yeah.
or like,
Did it just get nothing?
nothing. And I found myself
Was it like Patrick Stewart and the pussy joke?
but I was trying to peer over to see what it said on his board in case he was sort of gesturing to his
What, in case he'd
carer,
written?
lose this prick.
Oh,
What's the first film you can remember going to watch with your dad?
Harry Potter.
Bloody
Yeah.
hell. That's a pretty good first film though,
Yeah. Yeah. Love. What's your first film?
Star Wars from my dad.
Also
Yeah.
dressed up?
Not dressed up, but
No, you didn't go dressed up.
no, I think it was re-released. We went to watch Empire Strikes Back.
I'm not really across Star Wars.
Really?
Yeah, my brother was absolutely obsessed with it as a kid. And
Yeah.
I think that put me off because my brother just used to literally monologue about it.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, it's
we wouldn't even
sort
be
of-
listening. We'd all be doing our own thing, sorting out tea, and he'd just be there going. And then in episode 4, Emperor Palpatine, blah, 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 and
Yeah.
it was just words, and it
But
just put me off.
If you, I don't know, if you get into it, it's a bit like Bob Dylan. You go deep.
Oh yeah,
You just kind of
yeah, and you wear it as your personality.
yeah. But
No
it's-
one's a bit into Bob Dylan.
Yes, exactly. You either get it or you don't. But it's similar with Harry Potter. It's that thing where you just go, like, I got into it big time. And I was old, but I remember reading the books and
Yeah.
enjoying the books and then the films, and it really.
But you're not going into them shops on Oxford Street that sell like luggage and Harry Potter items.
No, I'm not. But I have. There is one in Oxford I've been to once, and I bought a wand.
You bought a wand.
Yeah, and I was old and all.
Which one?
It was a Slytherin one. Like, do you know what I mean? Like acting like I'm
What are
cool.
you buying wands for?
I don't know. I was 28, and it was yeah.
You
Oh,
bought a wand at 28.
Yeah, yeah.
That's instant ick, Russell.
It's
Instant ick.
yeah. Well, I sort of. Yeah.
I'm really sorry. The Harry Potter fans are going to come for me now. But honestly, if you're a grown adult and you've bought a wand,
Oh, sure.
get in the bin.
Yeah.
Like,
It looks like I
I've
would
got
have
a
a.
mate who I love dearly, but she's got written on her wall, "I solemnly swear that I'm up to no good." And I thought, I can't have you at
Do
my
you think
wedding.
that's to do with Harry Potter or?
Yeah,
Okay,
no, it's not like a weird.
It might- So have you still got the Ant and Scarf?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and every time I wear them every winter, I'm like, remember when me and my dad went to go see 3 Billboards
Oh,
in
that's
the
quite
freezing
nice.
cold cinema? It was like us and 4 other people.
Last great film that you saw?
Oh,
Because it's a barren time.
Triangle of Sadness.
That is the.
Triangle of Sadness.
Is that
came
the
out of...
the influencers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yes, it's a really good film. That.
We've got a beautiful cinema at the bottom of our road, like proper old school cinema.
Oh really? Where's that?
Yeah. It's called it's the Duke of York's Picture House, but it's just one screen and it's just gorgeous. It's
What-
lovely.
What are your snacks?
What are my snacks?
Yeah.
Popcorn, salted every time.
No, I mean, my wife has half and half.
No, pick a lane. That's a shandy version of popcorn.
You've got a real problem. You don't
I
like.
really don't like
Are you one of
it.
those people that if you have sauce, it's separate to the rest of the food?
No, that's another ick.
Yeah.
That's another ick.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are your icks then? So, adults buying kids
Adults
stuff.
buying ones.
Yeah.
Adults buying ones. Sauce separate to your food. Anyone who corrects you on lyrics, let me sing what I want.
Yeah.
But people who correct you on lyrics, like, get a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
Don't like that
Yeah.
at all. People who say methinks,
Oh yeah.
don't like that.
The weather can't make its mind up.
Yeah.
That's a tricky one.
Yeah. Chatting for any longer than, like, I would say 4 minutes about the weather. Like,
you
we
know-
did it at the start of this, and then we both definitely thought, that's enough.